Hello. Well, I think Ben will enjoy his sail. The weather will be favourable, never too windy, but on the whole really quite pleasant. I mean, the rest of today looks quite nice in the Cornish Peninsula. There are a few showers too, but far fewer than exist at the moment. Monday and Tuesday we'll see an increase in the cloud, and there'll be, to some degree, a bit of mist around the coasts, but I don't think that's going to worry sailors at all. The story for Yorkshire, of course another place we've been today, is a little different. Big showers this afternoon, some thunder certainly. But Bank Holiday Monday, well, it looks as though it'll probably be dry, if rather cloudy. Now, the flavour of the weather is changing. Today will be the last day of big showers, and for the rest of this week, we're not talking about showers so much as a bit of warmth. A bit of rain too, but a bit of warmth. The current picture is widespread showers. The afternoon will see them aligned further and further east. Showers from central and eastern Scotland through eastern England. And yes, there'll be some thunder, which means increasingly for Northern Ireland, Wales, all of western England and Scotland, the afternoon looks quite nice. And the temperatures levelling off at 17 or 18 inland and 14 or 15 on the coast with a light onshore breeze are also pretty typical of today and the last few. So what does the week ahead hold? Well, let's first of all look at the temperatures. I think you'll be pleased with this. First of all, this is the forecast for the next 5 days. If it's orange, it's at least as warm as now. If it turns deeper orange, it's even warmer than that, into the low 20s. And eventually, by Friday, that spreads up through Northern Ireland and Scotland. But I do say eventually, because there's rather an inhibiting factor for the first few days. The winds, particularly for Ireland and Scotland, are in from a rather tropical southwest. They die down completely by the end of Thursday, more or less, but it takes until then. So the story is, of course, complicated. Not surprisingly, it's complicated by what's sitting in the Atlantic. Although the Azores high is trying to reach in and will succeed to some degree, it's this low here which will be around for at least 4 days. Now, its fingers are stretching a long way ahead of it even now, and it will always be close to Northern Ireland and Scotland right up until the end of Thursday, when even then the fronts from it are trailing across the Northern Highlands. So you can expect increased cloud and some degree of rain from it for the next 4 or 5 days for some parts of the UK, and principally it's the northwest. Now, this is of course a bank holiday we're talking about, so you'd expect rain, but funnily enough the rain is confined, at least to start the day, to Northern Ireland and Western Scotland. Should be a nice start for virtually everybody else, and the sun will last for some. It ought to return through Northern Scotland, and it ought to hang on through the southeast corner of England, but you've got this sort of arrowhead of a lot of cloud, increasing mist around the coast eventually, and drops of drizzle. So Northern Ireland looks like having the most disappointing day of our 4 countries. Temperature-wise, we're creeping up. We could see a 20 in London, typically 16 to 19 elsewhere. Of course, in the cloud it won't feel particularly good. Now, on Tuesday, we've still got that rather moist air over us. So for a good part of the UK, it'll look cloudy, I think. Spotting with rain maybe, a bit of mist around the coast, but the sun will be there in the southeast corner, it will be there in Scotland, and it's doing its work. But not until Wednesday as things align how you might expect. It's the northwest southeast split by this time. Rain is likely through Northern Ireland and Scotland. It might become heavy for a time in Highland Scotland, but the sun holds on in very light winds in England and Wales, hence the 24 Celsius I put on here. Now that is 75 Fahrenheit. And it won't feel particularly humid here either, I don't think. You'll notice we've cleared away the mist from around the coast by this time. On Thursday, and of course the further ahead you go in the forecast, the less accurate it's likely to be. But on Thursday it looks like the warmth should have spread everywhere. A few showers still hanging around in Scotland if you like, but this is the time when everybody in Scotland will be thinking, long last it will warm up. So the outlook then is good for whatever you like. Good growing weather, but also increasingly warm and sunny, as of course summer should be.